Luckily, there's a new solution to satisfy everyone. It's called Krill Omega 50 Plus. It combines ultra-pure fish oil and joint-soothing krill oil together in just one tiny pill. It's so powerful, it can promote the health of your heart and your arteries. And if that wasn't enough, it can also boost your joint comfort in just days. We're so sure Krill Omega 50 Plus will work for you. We'll even send you a free bottle to put to the test. The debate is over. It's not fish oil or krill oil. It's both. And now it's free. Just pay $4.95 for shipping and claim your free bottle. Call now. 1-800-399-6392. 1-800-399-6392. That's 1-800-399-6392.
Senator Marco Rubio, along with a bipartisan group of 5 other lawmakers, slammed Google over its reported plans to introduce a censored search engine in China. Regarding China, Rubio says the United States really has to be careful.
There is no greater threat to the United States because China seeks to replace us, and we're still struggling in this country because for the first time since the end of the Cold War, we now have a near-peer adversary, and a near-peer adversary that is looking to overtake us, and frankly, we're helping them, and we're helping them not just by giving them business in our country, but through trade practices that have allowed them to cheat and steal for 18 years.
Nearly a year after a gunman in Las Vegas carried out an attack on a country music festival, police say they have concluded their investigation without being able to determine what motivated the massacre. The 181-page report that was released yesterday does go into some details about the killer and the fact that he lost almost $1.5 million leading up to the attack. This is USA Radio News.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go and pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.
Reality TV star Mike Rowe was on Fox News, and he said that he believes there's a widening gap between the so-called elites and everyday Americans. Take a listen as he explains why he believes that is the case.
With regard to the skills gap and regard to really any gap, it's all just symptomatic of a series of what I would call disconnects. We've become slowly and inexorably and profoundly disconnected from a lot of very basic things that when I grew up, I was really connected to, like where my food comes from, where my energy comes from, basic history, basic curiosity, the things that fundamentally allow us to assume a level of appreciation that, in my view, is the best way to bridge those gaps. When we start losing our appreciation for those things, the gap deepens. And I think the gap right now is, well, it's extraordinary. I think there's great common sense that is still alive and well in a lot of people. And I think that as they look at the headlines, they're frustrated. And to be fair, I think people on the coasts are coming at it from their own bias, and they're frustrated. And so a lot of frustrated people are talking really loud past each other. And a lot of truths are inconvenient for a lot of people. And so it just gets noisy.
For USA Radio News, I'm Tim Berg.
As a small business owner, there's one word that you absolutely dread: payroll. For small businesses, it's a big burden. You may think you're saving time and money doing it yourself. But come on, are you? Timesheets, processing checks, calculating taxes, a total waste of your time. Paychex simplifies payroll processing, saving you time and money. Submit your payroll online, fax it in, or call your dedicated Paychex payroll specialist. And you're done. Learn more at trypaychex.com. Come on, do the math. The IRS dishes out 8 million penalties a year. Make one mistake and you're on the hook. On average, you're losing nearly one business day every month doing payroll. That's time and money you'll never get back, unless you get Paychex. More than 500,000 small businesses already do. Call 877-649-5324. Trade payroll pressure for peace of mind. Call now. 877-649-5324. That's 877-649-5324.
Welcome to the Garden America Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to join us as we talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do with the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 1-855-424-9825. That's 1-855-424-9825 for your questions and comments. Or John at gardenamerica.com. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, you can also post your questions and comments right there on our page during the broadcast. Now, here's Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on the Garden America Radio and Media Network.
It is showtime. Good morning. Happy weekend to you. Happy Saturday. It is 6 minutes after the hour. This is Garden America for the next couple of hours. You know what takes place. I'm Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox. Lines are open toll-free, of course, at 855-424-9825. John at gardenamerica.com, but the most popular way to get your questions and comments to us is Facebook Live. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for viewing. We are ready to go, and let's see. I'm going to hit you, John, because you just glanced at me. I'm going to go to you first because you had that inquisitive look.
Well, you know what the look was, right?
No, I've seen a lot of your looks. Yeah. I didn't recognize that one.
I noticed that you were wearing something completely different.
Oh, you were on the wrong show.
Than what I'm seeing on Facebook.
I love it when John tries to find our show every week. He goes to a different show, then he looks at the way Tiger and I are dressed and says, whoops, wrong show. Well, that's good, though. And that
I just found it, though.
But let's bring that to the attention of our viewers that all these shows are kept on our page. You can go back and watch any previous show. If you missed something and want to watch it again, you can do that. Also, our podcast show, which is via iHeartRadio. Download the iHeartRadio app. You can also go to our newsletter. You should be getting our newsletter. At the very bottom, John puts a link that'll take you right to our podcast. And we're going to be doing one today after the show about the heat and I guess the survival of plants and what to do. Is that right, Tiger? Did I get that right?
We are definitely we're going to be talking right now. It's fire season,
right? Sure.
So we're going to be trying to address the issues out there for people to make sure they have some defensible space and proper choices when it comes to landscape design. We don't always make those, and we see that on the news now almost daily where people have made bad choices and
what they've planted, and they've actually helped fires burn even faster and longer because of what they've planted.
And closer to their home.
Closer. So that's going to be our podcast today. We'll record that, then I'll post it tomorrow morning. You can listen to that. Again, our podcast, we pick one topic, we go into detail and discuss that, different than our radio show, because when we do the radio show, we have no idea where we're going.
Yeah,
we could go
off script.
there. So we don't know what's going on.
Oh.
Anyway, John's got rattlesnake stories.
Already. How long have you been on your property?
Well, you mean owned the property?
Yeah.
A couple of weeks, a month, so?
About 3 weeks.
And it's completely bare, right? Just like a vacant lot? Is that what it looks like?
No, it's like brush, dead trees.
But I mean, vacant meaning there's nothing on there yet. It's soon to be the home of your new house.
It's a wildlife preserve right now. My son told me that he found a game trail where, deer are going through the property.
Pass by.
Oh, you know what? I think you're going to be in for quite a surprise. You know how sometimes people send us pictures of critters in their backyard? Here's a bear, here's a mountain lion. I think we're going to be getting some pictures from you.
I've never been able to really empathize with people that had deer eating their roses.
Now you do.
Yeah, I think I'm going to learn more than
But now there's several ways you can deter them. You know that.
I'd rather just not deal with it. Hey,
put up one of those fences. It'll look nice.
I wanted to mention, because you guys were talking a little bit earlier about the newsletter, and if you do want to sign up, you just go to gardenamerica.com and in the upper right-hand corner, put in your email address, and we'll send it to you every Friday. And the reason I wanted to mention it was because Laura Taylor put a recipe in this week's newsletter for her tomato citrus marmalade.
Oh.
And I've got to tell you, I've never been a big fan of citrus or marmalade or anything like that.
Tomatoes.
But I'll tell you, I tasted her tomato citrus marmalade, and it was phenomenal. It's unbelievable.
Now, where were you when you tasted? I mean, obviously you were with her. What was the occasion?
That's a good question.
Should we just leave it at that?
This was a few years ago.
Okay. We'll just leave it at that you tasted it, it's good, and the recipe's in our newsletter.
Oh, it's really, really good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if it was at the Heirloom Expo that she might have had some, or if maybe Sharon. It sounds like the kind of thing Sharon would make and let us taste.
Yeah, we would go to Sharon's house now and then, and she would always come up with these interesting little recipes.
It's really, really good. And if you do not get the newsletter, you can go ahead and send me a note to john@gardenamerica.com and just say, hey, I'd like the recipe, and I'll send it to you.
We want to encourage people, though, to get the newsletter, too.
Yeah, except it's already run, so...
Yeah.
So in order to check that out...
I think it's on Facebook, though.
Is it on Facebook?
Yes.
Yeah.
The newsletter is on Facebook.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so they can just go there and they can see it no matter if they get it or not.
No, when you say I think that it's there, that means you know that it's there. You just don't want to make me look stupid.
Exactly.
Here's what I'm going to say about that. Let's put it this way. I've seen it there before.
And let's put it this way. I know what outfit I'm wearing and what video I'm watching. Hey, but the one thing I will say about the marmalade recipe.
It's because you dress yourself. You always know what you're wearing.
is these jams, marmalades, preserves. These are recipes that people need to know during this time of year because you're getting tomatoes. You're getting an
and you're getting more than you can eat fresh.
You're getting an excess
right.
of these items, and people like go, oh, I've only made so many salads. I can only have so many sandwiches. It's like, well, there's other ways
yes.
to prepare these things and put them in a can and save them for later. And these are great ways to do that, no matter what crop you have. Pickles, I should say cucumbers, tomatoes, citrus, all kinds of wonderful stuff. Figs, oh gosh. If you have a fig tree, you need to figure out some way to learn how to make jam.
Right, somehow.
Because
learn how to consume
otherwise
them.
You're just feeding rats all the time.
Rats love those figs.
Yeah.
I remember Sharon Asakawa.
I remember her, too.
She made, she's a great cook, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Steve Goto's wife, April, had made one of the best salsas I've ever had in my life. And Sharon was so impressed with it. And she's telling me, she said, the recipe is so easy. It's so simple. Everybody can make it. And so I said, all right, why don't you write it up for the newsletter and we'll put it in the newsletter. This was maybe 9 years ago now. And so the first thing you read is get 45 varieties of heirloom tomatoes.
What?
Yeah. Now, what you did with them was really simple, but I said, Sharon,
45.
Who's going to have 45 varieties? She goes, oh, I never thought of that.
I mean, to her, it was just I guess if you grow a lot of plants and vegetables and you're doing
it. She just never thought of that part.
45? Who doesn't have 45 varieties?
Yeah.
You probably don't even have 45 varieties
I don't. I've got
at the nursery.
Yeah, exactly. At the nursery, I don't even have that many. Oh, that's funny.
Good. Let's see. I know, John, we have a rather long quote today, which I have some thoughts after you read the quote about that.
Really?
And I want to hear how you read it.
All right. And this is from William Blake.
Billy to his friends.
And he says, the tree moves some to tears of joy is in the eyes of others only a green thing that stands in the way. Some see nature all ridicule and deformity, and some see nature scarce at all. But to the eyes of a man of imagination, nature is imagination itself.
I think he wrote that after a long night out partying. I get it. It's well written, but it just takes me to so many different places. By the time he's done, I'm not sure what he really said.
You know his most famous thing, right? The tiger, tiger, burning bright.
Right.
That, yes.
In the forests of the night.
Yeah. Now, see, that I understand. That makes sense. Nice poetry, rhymes. He was going into a lot of different places.
Always bothered me, though, the end of it, or the next two lines were something like, what a mortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry. And I thought, you got night and bright rhyming, but then you got eye and symmetry.
Yeah, no, it's just, I mean, he's
like throwing orange in there.
He's hit and miss, with that.
I think back then they used to pronounce words differently, so it could have been symmetry or
so
fearful.
His quote basically is all in the way we look at things, look at the tree, and look at it's our perception. Is that what we get out of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's also saying, that the very first part, the tree that moves some to tears of joy, when other people look at it, they just go, hey, I need to chop that thing down because I could put a road there,
Sure.
I could build a house.
Like, I think from my understanding is, so I have this neighbor across the street from me, and they have this beautiful elm tree. It's absolutely just gorgeous. I see it as that. I went over there and I was hanging out with him the other day. I'm like, I'll be honest with you guys, I admire your tree. I love looking at it from across the street. I see it out my front window. I just adore this tree. You should have seen the disgust in their eyes when they hated the tree because it dropped so much. It's messy. It's this. It's that. And I'm like, oh no! Like, I love that tree.
Well, did they plant it or was it already there?
Yeah, it was there.
Okay. Okay, going to take a break, and then we're going to be back with our guest, Andy, who is standing by. Looking forward to your questions and comments. Again, 855-424-9825. John at GardenAmerica.com. Here on Biz Talk Radio, Facebook Live, John Bagnasco, Bryan, Maine. Target Palafox, we're going to step aside. We are coming right back.
Mosquitoes can transmit deadly diseases, including Zika virus, Nile virus, and dengue fever. Use Summit Mosquito Dunks to kill mosquitoes before they become disease-spreading pests. Just float an organic mosquito dunk in ponds, bird baths, rain barrels, and any standing water to kill mosquito larvae for 30 days or longer. Don't worry, mosquito dunks won't harm people, pets, fish, birds, or other wildlife. Mosquito dunks are available at fine garden centers and hardware stores.
Having bug problems this season? Need an overall solution? Try Natural Guard Spinosad Soap. This combination of spinosad and fatty acids kills aphids, mealybugs, worms, caterpillars, and other bugs that plague your garden. It's also safe to use around your fruit and veggies to make sure you enjoy your crop and not those pesky critters. Find Natural Guard Spinosad Soap in a ready-to-use bottle or ready to spray for those large garden plots at your favorite independent garden center. Go to ferti-lome.com for more information.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-285-4765 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-285-4765. Again, 800-285-4765.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-521-9579 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-521-9579 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-521-9579. That's 1-800-521-9579. And 1-800-521-9579.
If your credit card bills have gotten out of hand, call Consolidated Credit now. If you're making the minimum payments, but your balance is just not going down, call Consolidated Credit now. If the interest rates on your credit cards are so high, it will take years to get out of debt. Call Consolidated Credit now. They've helped over 5 million people. They can consolidate your debts into one lower payment, reduce your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. If you're struggling with credit card debt, call Consolidated Credit now.
Call now, 800-350-3241. That's 800-350-3241. 800-350-3241.
Consolidated Credit Counseling Services Incorporated, 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida 33313. Not a loan company licensed by the New York Department of Financial Services and by the Vermont Department of Financial Regulation. Maryland DM 19, Oregon DM 80031. Licensed by Virginia State Corporation. Commission license number DC 32. Establishment of a plan may adversely affect the individual's credit rating or credit scores. Non-payment of debt may lead creditors to increase financial charges or collections activity, including litigation.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America radio show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
We certainly hope you enjoyed that break. It was a nice break. We are back. It is segment number 2 back here on Garden America. Broadcasting from the iHeartMedia studios here in San Diego. Don't forget AM 1240, those that live in San Diego, that's how you can hear our show. The replay of every Saturday morning show played back on AM 740 in Los Angeles. And, of course, Biz Talk Radio. Go to our homepage and click Listen Live. Ready to go, Tiger?
Yeah, so this morning we have a wonderful expert guest from ferti-lome joining us, Andrew Dannenberger, who's one of the regional managers or sales rep for ferti-lome, Natural Guard, and high yield products. And the reason why it's so important that we have Andrew on this morning is because we're talking harvest time. And just during the break, all of us in studio here were chatting about our exploits with the tomato hornworm and how they plague not only tomatoes, but peppers and other things that we have going on in our garden. And Andrew is here to help all of our listeners out there answer any questions they may have when it comes to what's going on in their garden, what products they need to know about, how they need to use them.
What they should be doing this time of year.
What they should be doing, exactly. So, Andrew, good morning.
How are you all doing?
We're doing great. Before we get started, tell us a little bit about high yield, ferti-lome, Natural Guard, and what you do with them.
Sure. Well, thanks for having me on board this morning. Looked forward to it. I think this is my third or fourth time on board.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Sure, you bet.
Yeah. So you've talked about the subject line of harvest time. This is that time of the year. I know I have 3 or 4 tomatoes in my own yard and some peppers, and I still have some existing Swiss chard out there and all kinds of other things. And so, and this is, and in milder climates, obviously, too, you could have a harvest time almost throughout the whole entire year. So, it's that time of the year where, you got all kinds of tomatoes, but there's also that threat and that all those insects and heat and everything else that attacks your plants. And so there's as far as tomatoes, you mentioned hornworms, there's which plagues tomatoes profusely, no matter how much you can protect them one way or the other. But, it's just a simple caterpillar insect spray, has BT in it, stands for Bacillus thuringiensis, and that's a product that's specifically for caterpillars and hornworms and gutworms and all those kinds of little pests in that category. So that's a great product to control those.
And now, one of the questions that always comes up is, because it is harvest time, using some of those products. Is it safe to use some of those products? So is BT one of those products that you can use when there's fruit and flower on the plant?
Correct. Yes. BT you can. Mm-hmm. BT you can use during the whole entire time during growing season. It's safe to use. You can use BT up to a certain amount of days till harvest, and almost sometimes in the same day as harvest. And so that's a great product. And ours comes from a line. We have 3 lines: ferti-lome, Natural Guard by ferti-lome, and high yield. And the BT or caterpillar killer spray that we have is in the Natural Guard line. It's completely non-toxic to humans and pets, and also it's non-toxic to beneficial insects, which is always a big topic across the country. But it's a great product to use for killing tomato hornworms and other worm or caterpillar pests in your garden.
Chewing insects, right?
Yeah.
And then, correct me if I'm wrong, but I tell people during this time of year you could almost use it as a preventative because you really never know when these bugs are going to come about. Like one day they're not there, and one day they are. Yeah. And if you don't have the BT
and they
on
hide. And they hide, and they're usually the same color as the plant because they're eating the chlorophyll out of the plant, so they're sometimes inconspicuous and you can't see them. So it's really important to spray as much as possible underneath the leaves because that's typically where they are, in the shade or the shadow of the leaf. They're usually not on top. So, yeah.
Okay.
And there's different forms, too. We have a dust as well. You can use a BT dust or dipel dust. It's completely biological, safe to use. I typically don't like to use the dust just because it kind of looks messy. You have like this powdery residue on the plants, although it typically lasts a little bit longer on the plant. But once you see the worms and you use the spray, that will get rid of them. It gives them a little tummy ache, and then they eventually just die.
Yeah. I remember back since I've been around longer than most of you guys, I remember back in Michigan, we used to have a rose dust that we would put on the roses for mildew
as a preventative.
Or to take care of the mildew. But I'd always think, what's the point? Mildew is a white powdery substance.
Yeah,
and I'm going to put on a white powder so I don't have to look at that white powder.
I always found those dust products, very interesting choices for products. But speaking of the mildew thing, that's also hitting a lot of vegetables this time of year. I mean, people, aside from the tomatoes, people are growing melons, cucumbers, that kind of stuff. And they're being plagued. We've got questions from people that, I've got mildew on all this stuff. What do you recommend for the mildew issue out there for our home gardeners?
Yeah, we have a product called ferti-lome broad spectrum, and it's a product, and it's not a natural and organic product, but it is safe to use on fruits and vegetables. And so that's a great product to use for mildew and rust and all those kinds of things on fruits and vegetables.
Okay, and is that something that needs
powdered mildew?
Is that something that needs to be applied like once a week, once every 2 weeks?
Right it's not really necessarily a preventative, so it's curative. So it's something that when you see a disease problem on a plant, then you would use it to spray, and it comes ready to use. You can get a concentrate or what have you.
Okay.
But that's a great product, and it's a broad spectrum, so you can use it in a lot of different various rates, and it's safe to use.
Yep. Andy, are you there?
Absolutely.
We lost you there.
Yeah, kind of a bad connection. We'll keep at it.
Sorry.
Give it our best shot.
And then, so during this time of year, also aside from the hornworms and the mildew, I had a question come across that somebody had some problems with some mites. And this wasn't actually on a fruit crop, but actually on some succulents. Have you ever come across that where, mite damage on succulents, and it's hard because during this time of year it is so hot out there and treating succulents is not always an easy thing to do. Is there any recommendations for mites on succulents like aloes or agaves or anything?
Oh, aloe mite is a whole different.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing, but these were just regular mites. You there?
Did we lose Andy? We might have lost him.
Uh-oh. All right.
All right. Well, you know
I'm
what?
still here. Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. All right, Andy. Good. It's so quiet.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. Tiger.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Okay, because we've got
what was the question?
That's okay. We've got a break coming up, Andy, here in about 30 seconds.
Okay.
So why don't you hang tough here? We'll continue.
And when we come back, what we're looking for is a solution for mite control on succulents.
Very good. See, John set up the next segment. Thank you, John. So hang in there, Andy.
There we go.
And we're going to step aside for a few words from our many sponsors here on Garden America on this Saturday morning. All right. 855-424-9825. John at GardenAmerica.com. Questions, comments on Facebook Live. I'm Bryan Main. We're going to be coming right back with more. Stay with us.
Everything is coming up roses in San Diego from October 25th to 29th. Lance Walheim here, and I'm honored to be the keynote speaker at the National Convention of the American Rose Society. Bio Advance and Heirloom Roses will be co-sponsoring the 18th annual Save the Roses auction, along with the rose shows, speakers, and festivities of the American Rose Society. So join me at the San Diego Crowne Plaza Hotel and Convention Center, and go to GardenAmerica.com and check the homepage for links to registration and event schedule.
We paid less for our Craftmatic today than we did 20 years ago.
If you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and free information on today's Craftmatic adjustable beds. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Rated #1 by consumers nationwide on consumeraffairs.com. Craftmatic beds come in all mattress types, including cool gel memory foam for up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand. Enjoy temporary nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. You'll sleep better in a Craftmatic adjustable bed. So if you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and information. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Discover Craftmatic for less, up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand.
Call 1-800-316-5271. That's 1-800-316-5271. 1-800-316-5271. Call now.
We are perfectionists. We do it right and don't stop until the job is done. We build commercial zero-turn mowers with maneuverability, power, and comfort. Who are we? We are Kubota. Now, during our More Power to You sales event, you can get long-term financing as low as 0% APR on new commercial-grade Z700 series mowers.
For more information or to find a participating dealer, go to Kubota.com.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-569-3414. That's 800-569-3414. Again, 800-569-3414.
If your credit card bills have gotten out of hand, call Consolidated Credit now. If you're making the minimum payments, but your balance is just not going down, call Consolidated Credit now. If the interest rates on your credit cards are so high, it will take years to get out of debt. Call Consolidated Credit now. They've helped over 5 million people. They can consolidate your debts into one lower payment, reduce your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. If you're struggling with credit card debt, call Consolidated Credit now.
Call now, 800-350-3241. That's 800-350-3241. 800-350-3241.
Consolidated Credit Counseling Services Incorporated, 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33313. Not a loan company licensed by the New York Department of Financial Services and by the Vermont Department of Financial Regulation. Maryland DM 19, Oregon DM 80031. Licensed by Virginia State Corporation, Commission licensed number DC 32. Establishment of a plan may adversely affect the individual's credit rating or credit scores. Non-payment of debt may lead creditors to increase financial charges or collections activity, including litigation.
Attention investors. Respected names in the financial services industry are not evaluating if there will be a significant market downturn, but when. Higher interest rates and prospects of a trade war suggest the stock market is headed into a perilous direction. Subprime mortgages, which are back, could potentially devastate the real estate market, as they did before. And with stocks simply overdue for a fall after this second longest bull run in history, even bullish analysts are recognizing these indicators that equities are in big trouble and have projected stock market losses up to 40%. You can protect your IRA or 401k for maximum safety and opportunity with physical gold and silver, as they are assets that remain genuine stores of value no matter what's happening in the marketplace. Call Augusta Precious Metals today at 855-858-5806. That's 855-858-5806 to get your free guide to precious metals investing. Call Augusta Precious Metals today at 855-858-5806. That's 855-858-5806.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at GardenAmerica.com.
And, of course, your questions, comments on Facebook Live. We've got them coming in. We've got our guest who we're still speaking with, Andy. We will address those questions. Stay with us. Tiger, John set it up nicely before the break.
Yeah, and we were going to be talking about mites on succulents, but, in general on plants, because right now is the time of year where it's warm out and there's a lot of bugs plaguing our gardens. So, Andrew, what do you guys have for the mites?
Yeah, so you were talking about mites on aloes, right? So, and mites in general. So we have a really, really great product. It's called Triple Action or Triple Action Plus. They come in ready-to-use configurations. There's concentrates, so you can mix it yourself. But it's called Triple Action for a reason. It's an insecticide, it's a fungicide, and it's a miticide. So it's basically made up of neem and pyrethrins. And so the pyrethrins is a great fast knockdown, and with that little bit of neem in there too, kind of creates a little bit of a suffocant, and then it's great for controlling all kinds of stuff. General purpose, it's OMRI listed, all kinds of cool things you can use that for. It's a really good general all-purpose insecticide, fungicide, and miticide for all your plants in your garden. So that's a great product.
Yeah,
if you don't have that, that would be a good staple item to have in your garden shed to control a lot of insects.
Yeah, and I don't know, I didn't hear you say it, but it is, you can use it on fruits and vegetables, right?
Oh yeah,
so
absolutely.
All your plants for sure. We have another a little
or
bit.
Or you can just get straight. Yeah, or you can get straight neem sometimes too. You can you can pick up neem at any local retail nursery or garden center, and you can just use neem for it. That also is a good product, just straight neem itself as a miticide.
Okay. We have a little bit of a off, I think, topic question for you. Just throwing it out there though. Alex has some gopher problems. Do you have any recommendations for Alex for gophers?
A really good hunting cat.
Yeah.
Go. I used to have a cat a long time ago, and she was the best cat. You know how cats are; they'll sit there by the hour, above that little gopher
watching
hole.
that hole.
Yeah. And watching until that gopher pops up, and then they have it. We have a product called Molgo. It's a kind of a general product that you can use, for all kinds of moles and gophers and things like that are creepy crawlies under the ground. And that's a product. It's not a killer. It's more of a preventative. So it's a repellent. And so that's something that you can use, and that's something you can put down into the hole to prevent them from coming up into your garden. But there's all kinds of traps out there, and then of course that good lucky cat.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Tiger Steve from Simi Valley sent us a picture of some habanero peppers that he was having problems with and wondered what they were, and I forwarded the pictures to your email.
Okay.
And maybe we can take a look and address that.
See if we can identify what it is.
Yeah, it might be one of the products that Andy was just talking about. Might take care of Steve's problem. It doesn't look really serious to me.
Yeah, I'm looking at him here. He's got a close up of the pepper flower with the peppers on there. He's pointing.
There's some little white spots on the leaves. I think that's it, right? Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah, some little white. It looks like something's kind of eating the leaves. Is that what he's concerned with?
I think so.
Yeah.
Do we have enough to go by?
Yeah, it's kind of tough. But Andrew, like when people are identifying bugs that are eating leaves, there's a great couple different ways to identify, so you're using the right product. The one that Steve has here, he's showing us a picture of, is eating kind of the middle parts of the leaf, not the edges.
Right.
It's more in the middle. Usually I think we would say that's probably a slug or snail over some kind of chewing insect, but it still could be a chewing insect on a pepper. I don't know if slugs or
it
snails.
also looks like it could be maybe a little bit of sunburn damage, because when you get sunburn on the leaves, on certain parts of the leaf, then that part dries out and you get a little hole where that was too.
Right.
In Simi Valley, it's been
206 degrees.
Yeah.
pretty hot.
Do you have anything to avoid heat damage there, Andy?
That might be what it is.
It could be, and that's one of those things, because of the heat has been plaguing us, especially out west and the western part of the United States, is that you try to prevent as much overhead watering as possible when it comes to things like that. Where John might be right, where it could be water left on the leaf and then it magnifies from the sun and the heat. I know in my particular garden where I have all my tomatoes growing, in the heat where it's triple digits, I actually have little beach umbrellas and kind of put beach umbrellas over the top of them. So just because because sometimes you have just a little bit of fruit that's exposed, they're not quite covered by the leaves, and you just don't want to get them sunburned. So that could be the possible thing. The white bugs, without really seeing it, it could be some white flies, it could be some mites on there.
Yeah.
That getting on the leaves or on the fruit. And like you said, usually when there's typically a hole, it's usually a slug or snail, or if it's chewing on the outside of the leaf end, something like a caterpillar or some type of chewing insect that comes from the outside in. So, but it's always one of those best things. Go to a really, really good garden center where you have really good professionals there. Take your samples with you. Put them in a little bag and take them with you, and visit a real good certified nursery person, and they'll be able to help you out one way or the other.
Yeah, thank you very much. I have a question here from a listener, Kieran, and this is something that you'll identify with real quick, Andy, because it's real common, and a lot of people, like you just said, bring these into the nursery to be able to identify, and it's on citrus, and it's psyllid, little racetrack through the foliage, deforms the foliage. And, people really get freaked out about this because this time of year they've got fruit on the tree. And they've seen this happening, and it looks terrible.
Yeah.
What's your recommendation for psyllid? And so, and then maybe to clear it up for the listeners out there, on citrus trees, on the new foliage, sometimes what you'll see is these tracks going through the leaf, and they kind of curl the leaf. Sometimes they have this kind of shimmery look to it as well. And it's a real obvious psyllid damage sign.
Yeah, citrus psyllid, is, you guys know, you probably talked about it a few times on your show, is a huge problem out here and then also in Florida too. But yeah, that, those insects that get on there and they deform the leaf, they come out a little rippled as they, start to mature. But, we have a few different products. We have spinosad in itself, or we have spinosad soap, which is dual. And so that's a it's natural guard by ferti-lome. It's a spinosad product. Great to use on everything in your yard. And then we have a ready-to-use one. It's called spinosad soap, and it's 3 or 4 times stronger than our competition out there, and it's a great, safe product to use out there. The only thing that's probably a little bit hesitant on there, if you have beneficial insects in your yard, you might be a little bit, you might want to, wait to either really late in the evening or really early in the morning and spray those before those beneficial insects are out roaming around in your yard, because they could hurt some of your beneficial insects, but it's completely safe for you and your pets and your kids.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much, because I know a lot of people get freaked out about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and and then there's, and then I think I even heard that there's, especially here in California, where there's a lot of citrus growers, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm hearing that even the citrus growers, they're quarantined to certain counties, so they can't even move trees around and to the nurseries. So because of that particular pest has been such a problem out here.
Yeah. Hey, well, Andy, ton of questions answered for our
great
listeners.
Information.
Thank you. Wonderful information. Very detail-oriented. Thank you for joining us this morning. Hopefully you're going to be having a good week and enjoying yourself. Yeah. And, for more information, I put a link to ferti-lome.com for people to go to find out more information
on our Facebook page
on all the products that Andy's kind of talked about over the last few minutes here. And, if they have any questions, I'm sure they can go to ferti-lome.com and get their questions answered, too, because they have a great area where they have a lot of good content, when it comes to
you can
bugs
see the products
and
and things like that.
Yeah.
Andy, thank you, my friend.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You betcha.
Happy planning.
Yeah, happy planning. There you go. So, hopefully some good information gained there if you have any one of those problems or more. And again, go to that website, which Tiger has posted right there on our Facebook page. So simple, so easy. We kind of just bring you right along.
Yeah.
We hold your hand.
This is the time of year in the garden that I just feel like I'm just always playing catch up.
Yep.
No matter what, because it's bugs or it's weeds or it's, watering or everything. I'm just always playing catch up right now.
Well, San Diego especially, the weather's been so hot, and I'm looking at least in Fallbrook. Next Monday, it's supposed to be near 100 again. It's just water, water, water.
Yeah, it's. I don't see any break anytime soon. I mean, we'd be happy to be in the 90s. That would be like a cooling trend for us. Okay, 45 minutes after the hour, we have one more segment here, hour number 1. Stay with us. Questions, comments right there, Facebook Live. Let's hear them. You can also email John at gardenamerica.com, 855-424-9825. If you want to pick up the phone, I'm Bryan Main. Talking Palafox, John Bagnasco, thank you for tuning in to Garden America as we step aside. And, of course, we are coming right back after these words.
Mosquitoes can transmit deadly diseases, including Zika virus, West Nile virus, and dengue fever. Use Summit mosquito dunks to kill mosquitoes before they become disease-spreading pests. Just float an organic mosquito dunk in ponds, bird baths, rain barrels, and any standing water to kill mosquito larvae 30 days or longer. Don't worry, mosquito dunks won't harm people, pets, fish, birds, or other wildlife. Mosquito dunks are available at fine garden centers and hardware stores.
This is Joe Lample from Growing a Greener World. With the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite organic nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 3 months. The organic nitrogen is slow release and won't burn plants even during hot, dry weather. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for 90 years. Milorganite, for better results naturally. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
As a small business owner, there's one word that you absolutely dread: payroll. For small businesses, it's a big saving time and money doing it yourself. But come on, are you? Timesheets, processing checks, calculating taxes, a total waste of your time. Paychex simplifies payroll processing, saving you time and money. Submit your payroll online, fax it in, or call your dedicated Paychex payroll specialist. And you're done. Learn more at trypaychex.com. Come on, do the math. The IRS dishes out 8 million penalties a year. Make one mistake, and you're on the hook. On average, you're losing nearly 1 business day every month doing payroll. That's time and money you'll never get back, unless you get Paychex. More than 500,000 small businesses already do. Call 877-649-5324. Trade payroll pressure for peace of mind. Call now. 877-649-5324. That's 877-649-5324.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-285-4765 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-285-4765. Again, 800-285-4765.
Does your water stain and damage your fixtures? Does it smell or taste bad? Are you worried about what's in your water? Water quality should not be painful and worrisome. Get HydroCare water systems from Wave Home Solutions with the most advanced purification technologies. Call Wave Home Solutions today at 1-888-989-WAVE or go to greathealthywater.com. HydroCare will eliminate limescale that causes hundreds of dollars in damage to pipes and appliances without using salt. Well water will no longer smell or stain your fixtures. City water will be purified of harmful chlorine, lead, arsenic, and chemicals. Wave Home Solutions provides the cleanest, healthiest water at every faucet. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, call 1-888-989-WAVE, 1-888-989-WAVE, or go to greathealthywater.com. That's greathealthywater.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Greece is cheap.
But the airfare costs a fortune.
Paris?
Not much closer, and again, airfare...
What about Puerto Vallarta?
Let's face it, flying anywhere is just too expensive.
Wait, what's this? low-cost airlines.
With one call to low-cost airlines, you'll drastically slash your travel costs. We're talking insane low airline prices to any of your favorite destinations. Where would you like to go? London, Rome, Costa Rica, Australia?
Wow, that's cheap.
So why wait? Call now to learn how crazy cheap it is to fly anywhere in the U.S. or international. Our prices are so low, we can't publish them. The only way to get them is to call to instantly hear the most amazing best deals on airline travel. It's that easy. So call now and start packing.
800-217-5107. 800-217-5107. 800-217-5107. That's 800-217-5107.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
Right back here for our final segment, hour number 1 on Garden America. Facebook Live, questions, comments, also John at gardenamerica.com, Biz Talk Radio. And again, we are here right up until, Pacific time will be 10 o'clock, and those of you on the East Coast till 1 p.m., and recording our podcast today to be uploaded tomorrow. Going to be talking about the heat and various things you can do to keep yourself safe during this heat wave, which seems to be everywhere. Is anybody immune to it? I don't think.
And even if they're immune to the dry,
You have a caller.
they are not immune to the wet. So there's areas where they're suffering a heat wave,
Oh,
but they're
yeah.
also getting flooded, which
That's true.
At least we get a break of not being flooded.
Last week we talked, and we still send our thoughts and prayers to our friends up in Redding with the fires up there. But I was watching the news this week, and they were talking about this fire-nado, this tornado, that the winds of this fire, a tornado with fire spinning around, that the winds hit 143 miles an hour, and that it was going through not just burning trees, but ripping them out of the ground.
Jeez.
Wow.
I mean, that's
amazing.
Yeah,
hey,
it
we
really
do
is.
have a caller, speaking of Steve, from Simi Valley. Steve, you're on the air. Welcome. What's going on? And how hot has it been in Simi Valley these last few days, Steve?
Hey, Brian, how's it going?
Doing well, buddy. Doing well. How are you?
Pretty good. I haven't talked to you guys on the air such a long time, and I was on vacation. I said, you know what, I'm going to give you guys a call because I saw a little thing in my garden. But, where we came from vacation, it was kind of like warm and humid. So coming back to see me, it hasn't been that bad. We were kind of like, it kind of primed us, I think.
Okay.
Well, you were in Hawaii, weren't you, Steve?
Yeah, we went to Maui.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, saw some of the pictures look pretty good. Hey, we were wondering about the habanero pepper that you sent us because we couldn't tell if you were just showing us how nice the plant looked because it looks awesome, or if you
had a problem.
No, I just caught a few little bits of information when you guys were talking.
Yeah.
And so I went back to look at it while I was waiting and to see if I missed something. But no, I don't have a problem. I thought those habanero peppers were supposed to turn orange, but they're like a creamy white.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
No, they are supposed to be orange.
Right. And I was commenting also
Yeah,
just to
that's
John
what I
on
thought.
how the shape of the pepper on some of them was not exactly habanero-esque shaped.
That's right. Yeah. Have you tasted them yet, Steve?
Yeah. When I got home, there were some big giant ones. Like Tiger was saying, they don't look like the typical habanero pepper. They're long and skinny.
How do they taste?
So I saw some big ones down below, and I picked them. And just like the pack says, there's no heat to them.
Okay.
They taste pretty good.
Okay.
And they don't have any seeds.
Well, that's the main thing, that the flavor is there and you don't have the heat. Sometimes when you grow plants from seed that are not hybrids, but are open pollinated, you can get different shaped fruit, and sometimes even different looking fruit.
It affects the color to some degree.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And especially with peppers because, the bell pepper.
Yeah.
It could be green to orange to yellow and red, all kind of a thing by itself.
Yeah, and the habanadas that you have, by the way, I guess we should let our other listeners know that the habanada is a relatively new pepper, and it's basically a habanero pepper, which is off the charts hot.
Mm-hmm.
It has the flavor of a habanero.
It's been deheated.
But no heat at all.
Deheated pepper.
Yeah, it's had the heat taken out of it.
Other than that, though, Steve, it looks good. And you say it tastes good, so what the heck, huh?
Yeah, I figured, you know what, I'm going to ask you guys, because you guys know everything. I'm going to get the real deal and just give you a holler. Well, just say hi, too, since I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah.
Well, I think what John and Tiger said is probably the case, and everything tastes good, and so I wouldn't worry about it.
And I think I do know
if I
everything,
can-
Steve, because I always, every now and then I'll catch Bryan and Tiger behind my back going, that John thinks he knows everything.
And he does. He does. Hey, Steve, it's good talking to you. Thank you for the pictures. Keep sending the pictures to us and staying in touch. We love hearing from you.
All right, take care, and I'll talk to you soon.
You got it, Steve. Thank you much.
All right.
We've seen pictures and glimpses of his property and where he lives, but never the whole thing in one picture. This guy grows everything.
Well, you like Steve because he grows carnations.
He grows he jumped on my carnation bandwagon
My carnation.
Right away. He sends us pictures of carnations, and he seems to have a lot of success. And especially where he lives, being so hot, that he's got to be diligent, especially this time of the year.
Well, he's just gone to Hawaii for a while, and his garden still looks great when he gets back.
I wonder if you had somebody take care of it.
Yeah.
I've been doing nothing but watering this last week.
That's all you got. Oh, that little moisture meter that you gave me several months ago,
right?
With the little eyes in it. By the way, it works wonderful. So I've got it stuck in one of my pots, just as kind of a sort of a basis for the entire patio, to see how quickly it dries up. Normally, I'll water something, and it takes 3 or 4 days for that to go down. These days, within a day and a half, it's already down to like dry, nothing.
Yeah.
So, no wonder you're watering every day or every other day.
I was going to ask if you have anything growing in your veggie pod. Do you have anything edible?
Nothing right now. It's all been harvested and eaten. And I guess I'll wait till. I guess I don't have to wait, do I?
Well, it depends what you want to grow in there.
Yeah.
You could grow some things in there now.
Yeah.
Hey, what about tomatoes? Have you picked any tomatoes yet?
Yes. It's coming up weird. I don't know what's getting to them. I think birds are getting to them. So I'm trying to get them right when they turn red and, get them off there.
Yeah, it could be rats.
I haven't seen any actual bite marks.
They're
know
just peck holes.
And there's I know there's rats everywhere. People think that, at any one time you're probably within, 50 feet of a rat, no matter where you are. So I know they're there. And then I had a lizard. I had a big alligator lizard living in my patio for 3 or 4 days.
They won't eat the tomatoes.
No, but then I swept and watered, and he was gone. And then the next day he was back again, and the cats are just like, oh, this is fascinating. I can watch this lizard all day long. Hey, the music means it is break time. We've got news coming up top of the hour. We are back at 6 minutes after. You can go to BizTalk Radio and also go to GardenAmerica.com and click Listen Live if you want to catch our second half, or keep watching right there on Facebook Live. And again this afternoon, AM 740 with replay. We are back at 6 minutes after. Stay with us here on Garden America.
The opinions you hear on Biz Talk Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of this station, Biz Talk Radio, its management, or advertisers. The information on Biz Talk Radio does not constitute a recommendation, offer, or solicitation to buy or sell any product or service. If you have any questions about Biz Talk Radio, contact us at 817-274-1609 or at biztalkradio.com. Biz Talk Radio.
For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent. President Trump uses his weekly address to promote the administration's job growth efforts. As U.S. employers added 157,000 jobs in July.
When we invest in our workers, we are investing in our people. We are investing in our communities, and we are investing in the American dream.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo meeting with Southeast Asian leaders in Singapore at the ASEAN summit this weekend. Secretary Pompeo says a nuclear-free North Korea remains a top priority for the United States. And he says Washington has become aware of reports that Russia has been allowing for joint ventures with North Korean firms and granting new work permits for North Korean guest workers. Actions that, if true, Secretary Pompeo says would violate a UN Security Council resolution.
I want to remind every nation that has supported these resolutions that this is a serious issue and something that we will discuss with Moscow.
You're listening to USA Radio News.
Hey, Charlie Jones here. You know, it's tough to do the things you need to do when you're not getting quality sleep. I ought to know, because I'd been settling for the sleep my old pillow was giving me, but not anymore. With my pillow, I get that deep feeling refreshed the next morning sleep I need and deserve. Look, I can't do the things I need to do without the kind of restorative sleep my pillow gives me night after night. And now for the summer, my pillow's brought back their best offer ever. Buy one my pillow and get one absolutely free. Just go to mypillow.com and make sure to use my promo code USA. That's promo code USA. If you want that quality sleep that makes you feel like a new person the next morning, take advantage of this offer. Now, get one for yourself and one for your wife, your husband, your neighbor, the mailman, whoever. My pillow is 100% machine washable and dryable, comes with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Take advantage of my pillow's very best offer. Go to mypillow.com, click on the buy one get one free special, and use my promo code USA. Be sure to use that promo code USA to get the buy one get one offer. That's mypillow.com.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says he remains confident in North Korea's commitment to denuclearize.
The process of achieving denuclearization is one that I think we have all known would take some time. But I must say, from my meetings here, the world is united in seeing this achieved.
The motive behind the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history may remain a mystery forever. Authorities in Las Vegas have issued their final criminal investigative report on last October's shooting on the Vegas Strip, and there's still no clear understanding as to what drove gunman Stephen Paddock to open fire from his 32nd floor hotel room window.
An interview with his doctor indicated signs of a troubled mind, but no troubling behavior that would trigger a call to law enforcement.
That's Clark County Sheriff Joe Lombardo. In 11 minutes, Paddock fired more than 1,000 bullets, killing 58 people and wounding hundreds more. Two court rulings dealt setbacks to the Trump administration's immigration policy Friday. A federal judge ruling that the administration must restore DACA, and a federal judge ruled against the government's bid to enlist outside charities to reunite families separated at the border. This is USA Radio News.
Everyone loves liberty, so why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Stop letting others tell you what to do. Call us at 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or check us out online at libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org.
A Cook County judge said Friday he'll wait until jury selection to determine if a fair jury can be picked for Chicago police officer Jason Van Dyke, putting off a decision on whether his trial should be moved because of extensive publicity until then.
My findings is that the motion for change of venue is going to be entered to continue. The final determination will be whether there's a fair trial in Cook County will be voir dire examination. All right? That's my finding here.
According to WLS, the unexpected ruling by the judge came after an all-day hearing at which experts for the defense and prosecution sparred and lawyers argued over the issue for nearly 6 hours. The veteran officer is charged with first-degree murder in the fatal shooting of a 17-year-old. A Smith College employee who called campus police this week to report that a black student relaxing in a common area looked out of place has now been put on leave. The school confirmed Friday that the employee is on leave pending the outcome of an external investigation. About 100 escaped goats munched on manicured lawns in Idaho's capital city before being rounded up and hauled away Friday morning. Brooklyn Jarvis says she woke up to the weird scene in her neighborhood.
I just woke up. My mom sent me this picture of a bunch of goats on our street, and she's like, "You're missing the craziness out here. There's like 50 goats loose." So I put on some clothes, I ran out, and there's like 100 goats on our street.
The owner of We Rent Goats told KBOI that the 118 goats were grazing in a nearby retention pond when they broke through the fence and went to explore. For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-521-9579 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-521-9579 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-521-9579. That's 1-800-521-9579. Again, 1-800-521-9579.
Welcome to the Garden America Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to join us as we talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do with the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 1-855-424-9825. That's 1-855-424-9825 for your questions and comments. Or John at gardenamerica.com. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, you can also post your questions and comments right there on our page during the broadcast. Now, here's Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on the Garden America Radio and Media Network.
It is 6 minutes after the hour. We say good afternoon to our friends on the East Coast. Here we go, hour number 2, Garden America. Whatever's on your mind, open phones, open Facebook, open email, john at gardenamerica.com. Also 855-424-9825 and Facebook Live. We watch all the time. So we had a good break.
Yeah, and, without getting political at all, there was a viral photo that came out of the First Lady gardening. Right. And, people made comments on what she was wearing gardening and, what she was doing.
It's a posed picture.
It is. I mean, no matter who you are or whatever, it's a promo thing. But I don't mind it at all because I feel any news about gardening is good news.
Right.
I mean, it brought attention to
gardening.
Yep. It brought attention to people getting out there right now this time of year and harvesting and growing crops and getting outside and enjoying what we can do outside.
Sure.
So kudos to her for at least bringing attention to that.
Yeah, if anything, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I've got 2 aquariums at home. One looks really nice right now. One is so green. There's so much green algae. I can't even see the fish.
That never happens to you. Also, you are always a stickler about keeping those aquariums.
It's so I've chemically, from a chemical standpoint, both of them have been treated the same. There are more living live plants in one aquarium than the other. So when I get home today, that's my big job is to get that green out of there, scrub the sides.
Which one has more live plants? The one that's clean or the one that's dirty?
The one that's got all the algae.
Is the one that has the live.
Which is interesting because the plants in there can take up the nitrogen and anything live is good. I think it's just one of those things, and it does not affect the fish. Everything's fine. It's actually good. It just doesn't look good. It's not appealing.
Yeah.
So and then get back out in the garden and continue to water again. Put the hummingbird feeder back up. I get all these chores. I get a lot of honeydews. So do you, Tiger. So does John.
I'm planting this weekend 20 15-gallon podocarpus on my property.
Just you? You've got some help.
No. I started digging holes on Monday, and
are you putting them the right side?
Yeah. I took out that giant.
Because it doesn't look like it would be easy to dig in that soil.
Yeah,
either.
it wasn't. Thank you.
What is it? Clay?
Look at my hands.
Tell me it's not clay soil.
No, it's not clay. It's just that there was a pepper tree, there was a Tacoma, there was a cactus, there's rocks, and so it hasn't been an easy dig, but it's going to make a beautiful hedge. And back to our England trip, I want this giant, beautiful, just screening hedge.
They use a lot of hedges in England.
Yeah, and so for us, I chose to use Podocarpus mackie. So it's the kind of more compact variety of the Podocarpus hedge. Because I'm also
you're not going to be walking through it.
Well, no,
it's compact.
And I'm also the kind of guy that's thinking ahead, and I do not want to trim the top of it. So I'm hoping it'll only grow to a max of like 10 feet or so.
Well, can't you control that?
Well, but it's more my neighbors. It's more my neighbors because I am low and my neighbors are high.
Okay.
So it'll grow up to the point where my neighbors can't see anymore.
Okay.
And they're the ones that can trim it. They could probably walk out there with just a hedger and trim it.
Because it's eye level to them.
Exactly. Where for me, it'd be getting on a 15-foot ladder and trying to
or
cut the top.
coming around in their property. Excuse me, do you mind if I trim my hedge?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Podocarpus maci is a dwarf form of Podocarpus. If you use Podocarpus macrophylla or Podocarpus gracilior, which people do, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, those are trees. Like in
Yeah.
Florida, it always amazed me when I would see those Ficus benjamina hedges. Because eventually those things are going to get big, right?
Left untouched. That's the thing. You're right. They could be formed into a hedge, but you have to constantly trim it, and I don't want to do that.
I saw somebody put in a redwood hedge.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah.
What'd that look like? I'd like to see
and
that.
it looked really pretty.
I was going to say, I think that would look so cool.
But if you stop pruning
Yeah.
that, I don't know what's going to happen.
You could block out the sun.
Exactly.
Hey, do we have any questions on Facebook? What's going on? We have to monitor that continually.
Yeah,
John,
I want to say that Rick did comment on John's shirt.
Yeah, John likes. He said
Rick likes John's shirt.
John would fit perfectly in Oregon.
Yeah, he's got this green and gray and white. What do they call that?
Checkered. What is it?
No, they call that
That
pattern.
The pattern.
Yeah. Oh, what do they call that kind of shirt, John?
Flannel.
Flannel.
Oh,
That's
that. I
right.
thought you
Yeah,
meant
yeah.
the material. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? As long as you are talking about
clothing,
Melania Trump and
Oh, yeah,
fashion and stuff, and now we're talking about my shirt. Something else about this shirt, it's reversible.
Oh,
Really?
fancy.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Both sides.
How about you could stand up and model and to the camera and do one of those turns with your hand on your hip like you've done for us in the past.
Yeah, exactly.
That's only when I'm up on your pedestal, though.
Okay.
I don't see that now.
I understand.
We did get an email from Steve in Simi Valley, and he says, "Hi, John. I heard Bryan and went and found a few carnations."
Aw.
No charge, Steve.
Nice guy. Steve, what a nice guy. Thank you so much. Yeah, Steve's my carnation buddy. That's beautiful.
How are your carnations doing, by the way?
Not well.
Why not?
I don't know. I've got a couple left. You know what? It's one of those. I bat about 950 when it comes to plants. There's not quite 1,000, but every now and then.
So maybe Tiger and I were right when we warned you about carnations.
Oh, I know you were right. I just wanted. I was talking about ice cream. You misunderstood me.
The carnations that we had, though, were pot carnations.
Yeah.
And they're dwarf, and they really don't grow very fast at all.
No, they don't. And I don't think I took care. I'm going to blame it on me.
Did you have them in pots?
Yes, but I had bad soil before I got the latest bag from Tiger. I know I had bad soil. And when you gave them to me, I had to put them in something. You know, the soil that separates from the side. And then ever since I got the bag of Fox Farms from Tiger.
The Ocean Forest.
The Ocean Forest. So what I do, I top off a lot of other pots. And within a few days, you can see the difference.
You know what I do when I'm out of Ocean Forest potting soil?
You talk to Tiger.
No, I go out and buy another bag.
So I've got to do some trimming. I've got too many plants that are out of control in the patio.
On my carnations, the ones that we grew, I have them in the front planter in mine. And they have something eating the foliage. It kind of looks like slug or snail damage. But I've seen a lot of those, and it's because of where I planted it. I know it's my own fault. But you know those pill bugs, those roly-polies?
Yes.
Do they
Sow
eat
bugs.
Do they eat the foliage on them or no?
Oh yeah, they will.
They will. Okay, so maybe that's what
it is.
Foliage.
A lot of they look so cute. A lot of people think that they don't cause any
They cause
damage,
a lot
but
of
Kids
do.
love them. Kids think they're the most fun thing to play with.
The other thing that'll do that is usually if you have sow bugs, you also have earwigs.
Earwigs.
And earwigs. Earwigs are not good.
Hmm.
The only good thing about earwigs is they eat aphids, or not aphids, thrips.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know they ate thrips.
Yeah. So if
you
have
to
thrips
give up,
in your roses,
give up one for the other.
Well, if you have thrips in your roses, they will go into the rose flower bud and they'll eat the thrips, but then they also eat the rose.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah.
I don't really care for earwigs.
Yeah, earwigs are creepy little bugs with the pinchers on the back.
How about silverfish? You get a lot of silverfish in your house?
Where I used to live over by SDSU college area, I had a lot of silverfish in my garage. I haven't seen any silverfish where I'm at now.
I've got them in our bathtub in the hallway, and the cats love it.
But I was gonna say I have a ton of lizards where I live now.
Yeah,
and they go after the crickets and I think the silverfish and all of those bugs. Lizards are going.
I was going to ask you
right
because we had the lizard in our patio. He would come and go, and he was a big boy. I said he's eating well. So what? Crickets, insects.
Crickets. They'll go after if they're a big lizard, they'll go after some of the beetles, things like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
I was encouraging him. I liked him in the patio. It was fine. He'd hang around. I don't care. We get a lot of rabbits, too, healthy big rabbits. Plus, we have coyotes in the area, which for a while we didn't see many rabbits for about a year or so. Well, the coyotes are eating well. But
you don't get rabbits on your patio, though, do you?
Well, you mean no, they don't. No, they don't hop in my patio.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder if they could.
I
No,
don't know.
they're just out and about.
Yeah.
And I just saw a rabbit when I pulled up this morning here at the station.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you remember last week we were talking about Carapia?
Yeah,
as a
the
lawn
ground cover.
substitute.
Right.
I went and looked at it because there was a patch of it growing, somebody told me, on a hillside. And it looks really nice, but we were talking about it being a bee attractant.
Yeah.
Millions of bees. I mean,
Humming.
definitely thousands of bees
Like
everywhere.
like a power transformer in the background, right?
Yeah. So I'm thinking I was thinking if you had an orchard or if you had fruit trees you wanted to pollinate, if you planted some Carapia nearby, you're going to have plenty of bees in the area.
We're going to take a break. It is 16 after the hour, almost 17 minutes after the hour. Back on Garden America, Facebook Live, questions, comments, Bryan Main, Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco. We are coming right back on this Saturday morning afternoon.
Mosquitoes can transmit deadly diseases, including Zika virus, West Nile virus, and dengue fever. Use Summit mosquito dunks to kill mosquitoes before they become disease-spreading pests. Just float an organic mosquito dunk in ponds, bird baths, rain barrels, and any standing water to kill mosquito larvae for 30 days or longer. Don't worry, mosquito dunks won't harm people, pets, fish, birds, or other wildlife. Mosquito dunks are available at fine garden centers and hardware stores.
Hi, this is
Turn my shirt inside out.
It
keeps calling you.
I don't know. For all your growing needs, from plants to people. Active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The non-burning, non-leaching formula provides a slow and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for over 90 years. Milorganite for better results. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-569-3414. That's 800-569-3414. Again, 800-569-3414.
As a small business owner, there's one word that you absolutely dread: payroll. For small businesses, it's a big burden. You may think you're saving time and money doing it yourself. But come on, are you? Timesheets, processing checks, calculating taxes, a total waste of your time. Paychex simplifies payroll processing, saving you time and money. Submit your payroll online, fax it in, or call your dedicated Paychex payroll specialist. And you're done. Learn more at trypaychex.com. Come on, do the math. The IRS dishes out 8 million penalties a year. Make one mistake and you're on the hook. On average, you're losing nearly one business day every month doing payroll. That's time and money you'll never get back, unless you get Paychex. More than 500,000 small businesses already do. Call 877-649-5324. Trade payroll pressure for peace of mind. Call now. 877-649-5324. That's 877-649-5324.
If your credit card bills have gotten out of hand, call Consolidated Credit now. If you're making the minimum payments, but your balance is just not going down, call Consolidated Credit now. If the interest rates on your credit cards are so high, it will take years to get out of debt. Call Consolidated Credit now. They've helped over 5 million people. They can consolidate your debts into one lower payment, reduce your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. If you're struggling with credit card debt, call Consolidated Credit now.
Call now, 800-350-3241. That's 800-350-3241. 800-350-3241.
Consolidated Credit Counseling Services Incorporated, 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33313. Not a loan company licensed by the New York Department of Financial Services and by the Vermont Department of Financial Regulation. Maryland DM 19, Oregon DM 80031. Licensed by Virginia State Corporation. Commission license number DC 32. Establishment of a plan may adversely affect the individual's credit rating or credit scores. Non-payment of debt may lead creditors to increase financial charges or collections activity, including litigation.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America radio show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
No teeth. No teeth.
On Garden America. You caught John in the middle of a joke there. Come back live on the air here. Also, Facebook Live, and again, 855-424-9825. Want to pick up the phone, Facebook Live. Questions, comments, also John at gardenamerica.com as we continue with our conversation. A little bit about everything today, mostly talking about maladies and bugs and things that can really mess up your garden.
Yeah. Rick says he's having trouble on Facebook. When I have those problems, what do you tell me to do? Just to
refresh?
Refresh it, yeah.
Yeah.
Refresh it. Push the little arrow that goes around in a circle.
Got it.
Got it. So we're good to go. So what else is on your mind? What are you going to do today, Tiger, after the show?
Plant 2015
you're gonna continue
trees
in the heat.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know what? It was kind of cool this morning.
That's when you should have done it.
Yeah, I know.
If you're going to do it,
be
now's
late.
the time to do it. Don't wait till Monday when it's really hot.
I often wonder when I see joggers at 1:30 in the afternoon,
right?
what are you doing?
Yeah,
what do you think you're going to lose more weight and sweat more? I can't be good for
Certainly going to sweat more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm going to, and then, just the normal yard work, mow the lawn, pull the weeds, look out for more tomato hornworms on my tomato.
We know what mowing the lawn means to you.
Yeah, the auto mower.
The auto mower,
Let it run.
yes. Because it's on an automatic timer. It's going to
it already ran. It
already
mowed.
It pulls out of its little parking place and mows anyway, right?
Exactly.
That's great.
Yeah.
The one thing about the warm weather we've had, it certainly has been good for tropical plants.
Yes.
Plumeria, hibiscus. There's some marginal plants in San Diego that plants do really well in Florida and some parts of Texas because of the heat and the humidity. But Ixora really doesn't thrive in California. But I've had one in my yard for a couple of years and got to be really beautiful. And then the freeze we had this February froze it. And it's finally come back with all the heat and humidity we've had, and it's now blooming again.
Do you think if we had not had as high a heat, it wouldn't have come back?
Humidity.
Not as well. The humidity is really the
and I think the humidity's been good as far as fires.
In San Diego.
It doesn't keep them from happening, but it's a little easier as opposed to being dry heat,
Right.
very dry. So, and what's the latest on Redding, John? What's the Redding update?
I don't have a Redding update, Brian. Maybe if you find out.
I thought you were our weatherman,
our resident fire expert.
Last I heard, it was close to 40% contained. Maybe somebody in Redding.
Yeah, let us know
on
if you're in the
Facebook.
area.
But close to 40% contained. But they've still had over 1,000 homes burned.
And they were worried this weekend because the wind was supposed to pick back up.
Oh,
so you never know what happens. I watched that amazing video of that.
By the
fire.
way, I just because I'll forget this. The fire that was in Fallbrook.
Uh-huh.
Did I tell you guys this?
How close it came?
That it came to within a half mile of my house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
I'm still thinking about that.
I went out to the property yesterday and looked, and I could see
where
how far it had come.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway,
That fire that was up near Los Angeles, and there was some video footage coverage of it coming up, and it was in a community. This wasn't out somewhere in where there were no homes. It was in a track home area, and it just was burning through one of their canyon spaces. And there was some apartments that were at the top of the hill, and the fire was kind of coming up the hill, and you can see the firefighters trying to fight it from the top. But it ended up catching one of the apartment buildings on fire because the embers, they get into an eave or some kind of space on the building, and even though there was no active flames touching the building, the embers simply got driven up into the building itself.
And those suckers can float for miles.
That's what they say.
Start
yeah,
another
they
fire.
Got real worried about that stuff when the embers float. Yeah.
Floating embers, not good.
Nope.
Did you guys notice in the newsletter I put a little article explaining what the phrase salad days meant?
You know what? Yeah, to a degree, but give us a history about salad days and why we use the term.
Well, today we use the term to mean something about when you refer to your salad days, it's when you were at your peak, when your abilities were at their peak, and, in younger times. But the phrase originally occurred in Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra. And he wrote, Cleopatra said, "My salad days when I was green in judgment." And that's where it first came from. And then later on, Queen Elizabeth made a comment referring to that too.
My salad days, yeah.
Yeah, but that's where the phrase came from.
Well, you're probably then closer to dessert, right? If this is part of your life.
I can't argue with that. I
John,
cannot argue with that.
John's at his after-dinner coffee.
Well, let's not go too far yet. Stop at dessert. Dessert's okay. Anyway, 27 minutes after the hour, 855-424-9825, John at GardenAmerica.com, Biz Talk Radio. And again, our podcast today, which will be uploaded tomorrow. We're going to be talking about the heat and exactly what's going on and how we can help you and you can help yourself get through what's going to be at least another 2 or 3 months. It's going to be hot through October. It usually is here in San Diego.
Yeah. And, I think for the most part, a lot of people will be, dealing with the summer temperatures for, the next month.
At least.
Some areas will start to cool off, like you're saying, maybe in September, Southwest, not till October. A
lot of people go back to school in August.
Arizona just started school this week.
Yeah, I know. When I was a kid, we went to school till mid-June. We didn't go back to school till mid-September. So they've really changed that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's year-round schools. What do you get?
Do they still do the year-round school?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Is it like 8 weeks on, 3 weeks off?
Yeah. Yeah. They, so, and they have tracks where, one is on, one is off.
Right. And then sometimes parents have kids that are going to different schools.
Ones, yeah.
I mean, that's really got to be a pain. Gosh, there's nothing like that feeling when you were a kid the last day of school for summer.
Yeah.
That's a feeling you'll never have as an adult.
There was a comedian that was recently on, and they were saying, what's the one thing that nobody prepared you for in life as you grew up? And it was that as an adult, you don't get summer break.
No summer vacation.
Yeah, exactly.
The teachers do.
Yeah, my wife, she's super excited about her breaks in summer break.
Is she year-round or summer break like the traditional?
Yeah, she's summer break, so traditional.
Where does she teach?
High school freshman English.
Oh.
Yeah.
High school freshmen, they know it all, don't they?
Well,
the freshmen,
no, the freshmen
are a little timid.
They're the easy ones. It's the juniors that know it all. And seniors are kind of 1 foot out the door.
Yeah, you're right. Junior year would be the one.
The junior year is the tough one.
Does she correct your English?
All the time.
Does she?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess you'd have to.
Well, if she's an English teacher, I just wondered if she did that.
Yeah.
I mean, because as a horticulturist, I correct people when they,
of course,
make a misstatement about gardening or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's why you.
And then she's even to the degree of text messages. You know how really nobody cares about how text messages are written; they just write them. She dislikes when people do not write Correct.
Like
Text
she'll write out the word "you"
Correct.
instead of just putting "you."
She includes punctuation.
Does she
and all
even
that.
LOL, or does she go laugh out loud? Okay, almost 30 minutes after the hour. It is break time. We are coming back. John, Tiger, Bryan, stay with us. Happy weekend to you from all of us here at Garden America.
Want a better looking lawn with less effort? Husqvarna's robotic automower is the effortless way to mow. Husqvarna's intelligent design allows the automower to maneuver around your lawn without supervision, even over tricky terrain and around obstacles. It knows when it needs to be charged and directs itself back to the charging dock. With convenient control options, the Husqvarna allows you to set it and forget it, even from your smartphone. Thanks to Husqvarna, you can have a great looking lawn and more time to enjoy it this season. Visit Mission Hills Nursery at 1525 Fort Stockton Drive in San Diego, or go to missionhillsnursery.com for more info.
If you missed open enrollment for Obamacare and are without health insurance, I have good news for you. Hello, this is Carrie Hall, America's healthcare advocate and the president of Benefits by Design. The federal government has reopened enrollment for Obamacare health insurance beginning March 15th, which means you can apply for health insurance with one of our licensed exchange-certified agents who will walk you through the process to see if you qualify for a subsidy that could pay for all or part of your health insurance. And how much does using one of our licensed agents cost you? Nothing. That's right, it costs you nothing, and we're there to help you 24/7 after you enroll. So don't miss this second chance. Call 913-385-2224. That's 913-385-2224, or online at americashealthcareadvocate.com. Once again, that phone number, 913-385-2224, or online at americashealthcareadvocate.com.
We are perfectionists. We do it right and don't stop until the job is done. We build commercial zero-turn mowers with maneuverability, power, and comfort. Who are we? We are Kubota. Now, during our More Power to You sales event, you can get long-term financing as low as 0% APR on new commercial-grade Z700 series mowers.
For more information or to find a participating dealer, go to Kubota.com.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-285-4765 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-285-4765. Again, 800-285-4765.
This is an urgent health notice for all residents suffering from back, neck, knee, and wrist pain. You may qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you, but the deadline is fast approaching. Simply call the Health Alert Hotline now.
You heard right. You may qualify for a pain-relieving back, neck, knee, or wrist brace. These items may even be covered by Medicare or your private insurance. The Health Alert Hotline is your brace company. These specialized braces have been tested for pain relief. Call us toll-free right now to determine your eligibility and to learn how to use your private insurance or Medicare to minimize your out-of-pocket cost. Don't wait. If the deadline passes, you may lose your opportunity to get a pain-relieving back, neck, knee, or wrist brace at little or no cost to you.
800-306-1760. 800-306-1760. 800-306-1760. That's 800-306-1760.
Have you written a book and want to get it published? Then call Page Publishing at 800-557-6095 immediately. That's 800-557-6095. Page Publishing is looking for authors of all types of books. And unlike most publishers, Page Publishing will take the time to review each and every book submitted to them and give you their feedback. If they like what they read, they'll get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, the Apple iTunes Store, Barnes & Noble, and other outlets. They handle everything: editing, cover design, copyright protection, printing, publicity, and distribution. So if you've written a novel, children's book, cookbook, inspirational work, poetry, or a biography and want to get it published, then you need to call Page Publishing and do it immediately. Call 800-557-6095 now for your free author submission kit. Again, for your free author submission kit, call 800-557-6095. That's 800-557-6095. Your road to fame and fortune could very well start with this simple phone call. Call Page Publishing at 800-557-6095 for your free author submission kit.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at GardenAmerica.com.
Right back here on Garden America, Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco. Tiger Palafox open for business. The next 25 minutes or so. Thank you so much for joining us here, broadcasting live out of the iHeart Media Studios in beautiful, hot San Diego, California. Going to be doing our podcast after the show, uploaded tomorrow. Keeping busy, moving into the month of August now.
Wow, right?
Wow is right.
Passing by.
What a year.
Yeah.
It's just like that.
I saw that our friend Kathy had joined us on Facebook. I don't know if she's still on, but we were talking about harvesting. I kind of wonder what she has going on up in her garden, because
Is she harvesting yet?
She's got a huge vegetable garden.
Yeah, how many acres does she live on? Do you know? And I'd like to know who takes care of it for her when she leaves on these trips.
All I know is they need mules in order
They have a tractor
to do everything that they do. But because they have a shorter season, I know that her stuff comes in later. So maybe she can post on Facebook and let us know what it is that she's doing.
Yeah, because, I mean, do you think she's harvesting yet? Because when I saw the pictures when we were in England, it looked like it was probably mid-season growing, and that was, what, 3-4 weeks ago now?
Oh, yeah. Well, it depends on what you're growing, but there's a lot of things. I mean, lettuces and all the leafy vegetables would come in early, stuff like that. I think she usually does her tomatoes in the greenhouse, though.
Oh, okay.
So
we saw a lot of tomatoes in greenhouses in England.
We did.
You saw a lot of greenhouses then, right, obviously?
Yeah.
We saw a lot of outdoor vegetable gardens that were completely covered with mesh.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or shade cloth or something to keep the birds away and the animals away.
Huh?
And we're talking large gardens, and they were still all covered.
And, of course, when you were there, they had their every 25-year heat wave, whatever it was in the 80s when you were there. That's very warm.
Yeah, and I want to pop that up right now. I'm trying to find, are they still, because last I heard, which was a week ago, they were still going through that, meaning no rain,
right?
Still warm temperatures. Trying to find, where they're at now.
Well, you can put, we should put London on our phones. Then we would know.
Well, I have London on my phone.
Well, then you can tell us what's going on.
All right, if you want
They're
me to.
86 today.
That's
88 on Monday.
Wow, that's very
88
warm.
on Tuesday. But then they get showers next week. So, and they drop
they go back into the 70s.
70s.
That'll be nice.
That'll be nice for them. So it looks like they're going to get a little relief there.
And we're talking about London.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go up to Scotland and probably have a high of 50.
Right?
You have a caller.
Okay, let's go to the phones at 855-424-9825 at 38 minutes past the hour. Welcome to Garden America. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
This is Ron E.V.
Hey, Ron, what's going on, buddy? How can we help you?
Well, you can give me a little advice, please.
You betcha. Go ahead.
Okay, I have a grapefruit tree, and the leaf on the tree is not a dark green. It's a very light green, and then it has yellow splotches on the leaf. And I was wondering if you could analyze what the problem might be.
Yeah, for sure it's a nutrient problem. I mean, we're assuming that you're watering the tree, like a good
Yes.
watering every 10 days to 2 weeks. Yes. When you have the light green leaves, it's usually a sign of not enough nitrogen. But then when you have the yellow splotches, that's usually an iron or a zinc deficiency. So what I would
nitrogen and then also iron or zinc.
Iron or zinc, yeah. Now there's a product. What's it called? Citrus Growers Mix.
Citrus Growers Blend or Citrus Growers Blend from Growmore.
Right.
Yeah.
You can buy that at your local garden center. It comes in a little 1-pound canister, and that'll add.
What is the name of it?
It's Citrus Growers Blend
from Growmore,
made by the company called Growmore.
Growmore.
Right.
Okay.
And that'll take care of all the minor nutrients that the tree needs. And then in addition to that, around the tree, you should add some type of fertilizer that's going to have nitrogen in it. If you want to use something like Milorganite, that'll be very inexpensive compared to other fertilizers, and it lasts a long time in the soil. And you can just sprinkle that around by hand and put it under make sure you get under the drip line of the tree, which is, where the branches
under the drip. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Hey, and then let me ask you this: is it fruiting right now?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
It has.
And that's the thing people need to know too, is that when citrus are fruiting, there's a lot of nutrients that's going into producing the fruit.
That takes it away from other
and
parts.
they see that tree go to this yellow blotchy real quick, and it's because you haven't been fertilizing regularly enough to keep up with the nutrient levels that the plant needs.
Right.
So usually the foliage fails while the fruit is being developed.
Because it's going to expend all of its energy on the fruit.
Yeah.
Well, the main purpose of the tree is to produce fruit.
Yeah.
And multiply. And so if it has to, it'll even eventually drop the leaves but hang on to the fruit.
Yeah.
So, but
well,
you
I was wondering, should we knock off some of the fruit? There's a lot of fruit on there. Should we knock off some and?
Well, you could knock off a little bit just to increase the size of the fruit, but if you put on the fertilizer like we told you about, it'll green right back.
And then if you start losing leaves, of course, there's nothing to cover the fruit or help shade it, right?
Right.
Another thing you can do that would be easy is just get a hose-end sprayer and get a bottle of liquid kelp. You can put that in that hose-end.
Kelp?
Yeah, liquid kelp, and you can just spray it on the leaves. And if you do that every couple of weeks, that'll green it up immediately, and you can still go ahead and put down the Milorganite or whatever type fertilizer you want around the tree, but that's going to take a little longer to work. But the kelp will start working immediately, and you can just put that on with a hose-end sprayer every 2 weeks. Just spray the leaves.
At any garden show, any garden.
Yeah, any garden
outlet?
any garden shop. Where do you live, by the way?
Santa Maria.
Santa Maria. Okay.
Yeah, any local garden center up there will have it.
Okay.
All right.
Well, very good. Well, thank you very much.
No, thanks for the call. Call us again. That's exactly how we like it, and that's how we do it. So there you go. 424-9825. That's what Ron did. Also, John at GardenAmerica.com, and we continue to take Facebook questions and comments.
Grapefruit, those are ones that need a lot of fertilizer. Those plants,
really,
they produce and they need a lot of fertilizer for the grapefruit. So definitely want to make sure that if you have a grapefruit that you're always, and Milorganite's a perfect product because it's kind of always there.
Yeah.
Fertilizer kind of a thing.
Okay, we got an answer from Kathy on how big her property is.
Okay.
80 acres.
Wow. Wow, 80 acres.
Not all of it's in vegetable garden, though.
Well, no, but that's a lot of property.
Yeah, and she said that right now she's getting zucchini, kale, lettuces, green beans, and peas. So,
wow.
Tiger was wondering what she was
I think that's
harvesting.
great. That's a full-time job.
She's also an excellent cook.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see somebody that can
take what they grow,
be creative, and take that whatever they harvest from their garden and actually make some gourmet meals out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kathy from Neyland also mentioned that she lives up the hill from Kathy. So
up the hill, 80 acres away.
Yeah. Well, it's actually up the mountain.
Yeah, exactly.
Is what she said. So she's in Neyland, and Kathy is in Eureka. So,
I'd like to welcome Rick back. Rick is back on. He's got the feed. Rick, we're acknowledging that. Glad that you were able to take care of that little Facebook viewing problem there. So way to go, Rick, letting us know what's going on. 44 minutes after the hour. What other tidbits of information, John, do you have or you're keeping from us?
Well, I was just looking at some pictures that Rick sent of his tomato plants, and he said the fires have been pretty bad, and the smoke gets really bad too. So he's in Grants Pass. That wouldn't be. Is that another fire going on in Oregon?
Yeah. There's multiple fires going on. Yeah, and it is a sad thing, the fires. But next year in some of these areas that weren't directly affected by the fires but had a lot of ash, they're going to have a good next year because that ash is going to go into the soil and they're going to find their crops. That happened. I remember here in San Diego when we had those severe fires happening nearby us. The following year, a lot of the local farmers, because we have such a huge population of farmers here, actually had a pretty good year because all that ash, ended up going into their fields and their growing grounds and things like that. And, the next year's crops did pretty well.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to see things burn up, but fires are good for the environment every now and then.
Yeah.
It's just too bad there are too many people and areas that are affected. It is 45 minutes after the hour. We have one more segment coming up. This is our last commercial break. One more segment. Still time to get in at 855-424-9825. Hopefully we can help you like we did Ron. John at GardenAmerica.com and, of course, Facebook Live. Kathy, thank you for that information as we continue to think about 80 acres. Wow.
Everything is coming up roses in San Diego from October 25th to 29th. Lance Walheim here, and I'm honored to be the keynote speaker at the National Convention of the American Rose Society. BioAdvance and Heirloom Roses will be co-sponsoring the 18th annual Save the Roses auction, along with the rose shows, speakers, and festivities of the American Rose Society. So join me at the San Diego Crown Plaza Hotel and Convention Center, and go to GardenAmerica.com and check the homepage for links to registration and event schedule.
Having bug problems this season? Need an overall solution? Try Natural Guard Spinosad Soap. This combination of spinosad and fatty acids kills aphids, mealybugs, worms, caterpillars, and other bugs that plague your garden. It's also safe to use around your fruit and veggies to make sure you enjoy your crop and not those pesky critters. Find Natural Guard Spinosad Soap in a ready-to-use bottle or ready to spray for those large garden plots at your favorite independent garden center. Go to ferti-lome.com for more information.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-521-9579 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-521-9579 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-521-9579. That's 1-800-521-9579. Again, 1-800-521-9579.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-569-3414. That's 800-569-3414. Again, 800-569-3414.
3414.
If your credit card bills have gotten out of hand, call Consolidated Credit now. If you're making the minimum payments, but your balance is just not going down, call Consolidated Credit now. If the interest rates on your credit cards are so high, it will take years to get out of debt. Call Consolidated Credit now. They've helped over 5 million people. They can consolidate your debts into one lower payment, reduce your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. If you're struggling with credit card debt, call Consolidated Credit now.
Call now, 800-350-3241. That's 800-350-3241. 800-350-3241.
Consolidated Credit Counseling Services Incorporated, 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33313. Not a loan company licensed by the New York Department of Financial Services and by the Vermont Department of Financial Regulation. Maryland DM 19, Oregon DM 80031. Licensed by Virginia State Corporation. Commission licensed number DC 32. Establishment of a plan may adversely affect the individual's credit rating or credit scores. Non-payment of debt may be creditors to increase financial charges or collections activity, including litigation.
Greece is cheap.
But the airfare costs a fortune.
Paris?
Not much closer, and again, airfare...
What about Puerto Vallarta?
Let's face it, flying anywhere is just too expensive.
Wait, what's this? Low-cost airlines.
With one call to low-cost airlines, you'll drastically slash your travel costs. We're talking insanely low airline prices to any of your favorite destinations. Where would you like to go? London, Rome, Costa Rica, Australia?
Wow, that's cheap.
So why wait? Call now to learn how crazy cheap it is to fly anywhere in the U.S. or international. Our prices are so low, we can't publish them. The only way to get them is to call to instantly hear the most amazing best deals on airline travel. It's that easy. So call now and start packing.
800-217-5107. 800-217-5107. 800-217-5107. That's 800-217-5107.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at GardenAmerica.com.
That's right, John at GardenAmerica.com. We are back here at Garden America. Biz Talk Radio at 855-424-9825. John at Garden America, as we mentioned, and of course, right there on Facebook Live. This is our final segment. Are you just getting audio in one ear?
Yeah, is that just me? Okay.
I'm down here with the headphones.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Couple questions.
Yes.
Or a couple questions people are asking that we can answer. Rick asked, is because we were talking about the fires burning and what that will do to the soil eventually. Is fire ash something comparable to potash? You know, which we see in fertilizers a lot. Potash is a common ingredient in fertilizers. You see it on the labels, and so it's a great question. And no, it is not. Potash is usually chemically created, you know, kind of additive to fertilizers. Sometimes it's mined, but it's more of a kind of a chlorine-based mineral that people have. And then, you know, where ash, true ash, wood-burning ash is different. It's
beneficial, but in a different way.
Yeah.
I've always thought of them as exactly the same.
No.
Potash is a source of potassium.
Correct. But they're not the same, like meaning like...
Fire ash is a source of potassium, too. Wood ash.
Well, but I'm just saying they're not the same thing. Like it's
now,
not
one
like...
is chemically mined, right.
Right.
But,
they're not... It's not
years,
like, you know, they have these wood-burning plants and they take this ash and they put it into fertilizer.
Right.
That's not what they do.
Right, but for years, I've always taken the ash from their fireplace and put it around because it's a great source of potassium.
Right. So, yes, it is.
Yeah, you're right. They're not.
Benefit is the same, but they're just not the same.
They're both going to be sources of potassium.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So are bananas.
Correct.
Do you know what? If you take your a good way to use your banana peels is just to take a banana peel and put it around, dig it in around your rose bush. Just put the whole peel in there, and it
wrap it around or just drop it in there.
Yeah, but it's a great source of what would you think? You would
Skunks,
think potassium,
raccoons.
right?
Yes, but it's going to.
But it's a source of phosphorus.
Really?
Yeah, and you would think potassium because of
bananas,
but it's phosphorus. But anyway,
but you get potassium from the banana. So if you put a banana
That could be.
In the roast.
And ate the skin.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you don't want to eat banana skins.
Why did people smoke banana peels back in the 60s, John?
I have no idea.
Remember that? That was some big deal where people were smoking banana peels or doing something with them. And
People did a lot of things in the 60s.
That didn't make any sense.
That made no sense whatsoever.
And they say that if you were in the 60s, then you didn't live through it.
Oh.
I remember working in the garden center that the number one selling item we had on our seed racks was Morning Glories.
Morning Glory.
And everybody used to say that they contained heroin. And I heard this a few times and went and looked at the package. And there was a warning on there. And it said, because people were crushing the, I guess, Morning Glory seeds are hallucinogen.
Mm-hmm.
But so there was a warning on the back of the package, and it said, seeds contained herein are for planting purposes only. But, you know, people weren't real bright in the 60s and says, oh, there's heroin in there. And I don't really know what they did do. I have to admit to trying to crush them one time and eating them, but nothing happened.
Yeah, you were a big experimenter back in those days. Yeah, I wonder what this does.
Yeah, and Denise made a comment because John had mentioned the bananas, and I was going to say a lot of people use bananas in their staghorn ferns. People say, oh, to feed your staghorn fern, which are usually those ferns you kind of hang up on a wall. They look like big antlers. Yeah. People say, oh, well, put bananas in there. And, you know, it is true. I mean, it breaks down, and yeah, I mean, it's a fertilizer. It's an organic material. It breaks down. It would feed the staghorn. But Denise also made a comment. Whenever anybody introduces food compost into their yard, you're going to expect skunks, raccoons, rats, critters, because, you know, hey, that's dinner to them. That's not waste to them. That's perfectly viable food to them. So you got to be careful with that. Lenore mentioned also that England hasn't gotten rain since early June, and they have a water ban right now. Forbidden to water gardens at home or wash cars.
Yeah, they actually have had rain because it rained when we were leaving, remember?
Did it?
In London.
The day you left.
Yeah, there was, at least it was projected for the next day.
Yeah.
So I think they've had some rain, but nowhere near
what they
the normal
need,
amount of rain they would get.
And for them to have a ban on a country that has
yeah, and they have no shortage of water. I mean, you know, it's
right,
not like
plenty of water. And when we were there, all the lawns were brown.
Yeah.
Because even though they have water, they don't have sprinkling systems because they rely on the rain so much, right?
That blew me away.
Well, the thing that shocked
whatsoever.
me more than anything was going into these huge estates, that 1,000-acre estates, right, with all these borders of perennials and things, and seeing the gardeners with watering cans going around watering plants with a watering can.
you never stop.
No.
It just didn't make any sense. It's like, don't they have hoses?
No.
What about sprinklers?
Yeah. Oh, man.
I think only one place did we ever see a hose the whole time we were there. I don't know. Maybe people don't use hoses.
Apparently not. Or irrigation systems.
And it's hard to generalize again or about the entire country when we only saw a small portion of it.
And again, it's a small time frame because obviously they don't have, for instance, when you do the Pacific Northwest, they don't have irrigation on their lawns or anything either because they get plenty of rain and they go through dry spells and things will dry out, things will brown out, but
I think it'd be nice to have as kind of a backup just to know it's there.
Just to know it's there.
Yeah.
Because you got to get the drought.
How come Carolyn says no mic for Brian?
Probably doesn't like listening to me ramble on.
Or maybe you're.
That was a question mark. It was like, maybe.
Sounds like Brian is in another room. He is in another room.
Do I sound okay to you guys?
No, I just hear you in my right ear.
Yeah, Patty now says that sounds like you're in another room.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You sound fine to me.
Well, I'll tell the engineers. I'll watch the video back and tell the engineers on Monday when I get into work that, hey, we're getting these comments that I sound like I'm off mic.
The problem with the engineers is they're always busy shoveling the coal into the furnace, and they should be just engineering.
Different engineers, which we can talk about.
Okay.
Hey, that is going to do it. I think we're out of time here, ladies and gentlemen. Boys
wow, fun.
Yeah, 2 hours just like that. Thank you so much, even though I sound like I'm back here. We'll do it again next week, same time, same bat time, same gas station. Thank you so much. I want to thank all the guys keeping us on the air. Jeremiah, Zach, and Brandon, thank you so much for Biz Talk Radio. For the entire crew, thank you for watching and listening. Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco, I'm Bryan May. Until next time, next week, get growing America. Take care.